Does your computer seem to be running slow? Is your internet connection weak? You may have heavy processes running in the background. I would like to demonstrate how to use Windows Task Manager in locating processes. The first thing you will want to do is hold Control, Shift, and Escape. You will want to show processes, Google any processes that you are unsure of, and you will want to end those unnecessary processes. And I'm going to show you how. The first thing you are going to want to do is hold Control, Shift, and Escape. This will bring your Windows Task Manager. As you can see, it opens up to the Applications tab, which doesn't give us much to work with. This only brings us to what we see running in the foreground. But if we click the Processes tab, we notice a majority of the processes running under the computer. The first thing you're going to want to do is click Show Processes from All Users. Many people seem to forget to do that, or they are unaware of this. This will bring us to all of the processes running into the system. First thing we're going to want to do is run from left to right. We will notice the image name, username, CPU usage, and memory usage. By clicking CPU, we are given from top to bottom the highest amount of CPU usage to the lowest amount. We notice that system idle process is running the most CPU. It's always going to do this because it is what the CPU falls to when it is idle. Below that, we notice livecam.exe, which is what we are using to run this video. So we do not need to close out of this. Below that, we see ccc.exe jumping around with another process for 0 to 1 processes. And everything below that we notice is running 0 processes. So we can move to the right to memory, where we notice that SVC host is running the most amount of memory. But what is SVC host.exe? By using Google or any search engine that you desire, you can get a general idea of what processes are running under your system. So by typing in svc host.exe, we can locate something that will give us a general idea. And we see that this is indeed a system process. So it is not something that we want to end at any given time. After this, we notice that Firefox is the next down the list that is running high memory usage. Well, under Firefox, we were watching a video. It's not running anymore, but it's still causing a lot of memory usage. So we can go ahead and close out of that for now. Underneath this, we notice that BitTorrent is running a high number of processes. And BitTorrent is something that we know we do not want running. So we can go ahead and end that process by either clicking End Process at the bottom or by right-clicking, bringing up the menu to end processes. After that, the next thing we notice that we do not need running at this time is Steam. Steam is not even presented in the foreground. nor under applications. So we can go ahead and close out of this because it is unnecessary. If you find something running under your system and you're not sure where it is located, you can right click, such as we will do with svchost.exe, and open file location. This will bring us to the directory path that this process is running under. And we have found svchost.exe. And it will, to the right of this, it will give you the date that it was modified. By clicking date modified, it will bring us to the most recent date, which is oftentimes where you will find things such as tracking cookies or something that was put on your computer quite recently. Such as possible malicious files. To the right of processes, it brings us to services. This brings us all of the services that are running under the system. It gives us the name, the process ID, the description, the status of whether it is running or stopped, and the group name. Many people are familiar with services such as Adobe or Adobe Flash. And if you right click, you can click to start services if you so desire. Or you can right click to stop services, or go to process, which will take us back to the process tab. For Adobe ARM, if we click go to process, we find that the process running under it is armsvc.exe. And when we were under the process tab, we can right click and we can click go to services to find which service it was running under. And it takes us right back to Adobe ARM. To the right of services, we notice performance. This will help us determine whether our issue is computer related or network related, because this will give us a CPU usage and its history, and memory usage and its history. To the right of performance, we notice networking, which will give us a graph of our networking usage. There is not a lot we can do other than evaluate what is happening under this tab. To the right of networking, we have users, which brings us to how many users are running on this system. If you're like me, you only have one user. If you have another user, you might want to open Windows Task Manager under that user to find any processes running that may be unwanted under that user. After this, we can go ahead and close out of Windows Task Manager. And again, if your computer seems to be running slower than normal, or your internet connectivity is low, this may help you with solving the problem. Show processes under the Process tab. Google search what you are unsure of, and use in process on any unnecessary processes running on your system. You've been a wonderful audience, and I appreciate your time.